You hear about the girls that stayed down for their man for 10 years of jail. Let me tell you something. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing it. Well, did you tell him? You told him? Yeah. Did he change? He didn't change? No. You decided to stay? Yeah. So why are you still complaining? You mad at the girl for taking a 1-hour nap? I know you would be furious at me. My naps are 4 hours minimum. Now, some people may say that's not a nap. I beg to differ. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Amarachi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that post notification button in or on my page so that you're notified every time I post a video. We are back to review episode 10 of Love is Blind DC. And as always, you know, we really gonna get into the nitty gritty. This episode had a lot of roller coasters, but it didn't really give me a lot, but it did make me think a lot, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm excited to definitely get into it. As y'all know, I got my notepad with my notes, but I will be talking about two main topics that I kind of pulled from the episode, and we'll bring in like different examples of these that were shown in the episode. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about as it pertains to episode 10 is how, and this also kind of spans all the other episodes, but I really want to hone in on it this episode because, again, it just keep coming up, and I think it's time we talk about how dangerously horny these cast members are. Now, let's talk about Marissa and Ramses as it pertains to this episode specifically. So we open up the episode, of course, with the final, like, few moments or final conversation that we left off with on episode 9, when Ramses was talking about, you know, not wanting to wear a condom, but not wanting to have kids right now. And Marissa's like, well, I can't really take birth control, so we gotta deal with the consequences. And Ramses is like, oh, condom sex is not fun, all the things, whatever. So in this episode, we get a little bit more of a glimpse into what Marissa actually has been going through, and this is where the dangerously horny conversation comes in. So Marissa kind of talks about how, like, you know, she has times during the month, or like once a month, where it's usually on around her period, which is typical for women, that her body just like is out of whack, right? She also deals with vitamin E or vitamin D deficiency. She probably iron deficient, all the things, anemic, whatever. So her body is like, she feels like a visitor in her body during that time. And so in addition to like the birth control thing not really being able to work for her because for medical reasons, around that time she don't want to be touched. She don't want to be touched. She don't want to have sex, nothing, which makes sense. Like, again, if you feel like you're a visitor in your body, if you're trying to come to me having sex, I don't even want to do that because it's an out-of-body experience. It's like, I don't even want to, like, put myself through that when I'm already dealing with so much, when I'm trying to, you know, move through and like, work through so much internally. And so for Ramses to start insinuating that the sex is not as good as it was when they first met, first of all, one thing I've heard from many married couples, and I feel like I probably learned about this in psychology and just in life in general. The new thing is always better than the old thing. New experiences often feel better than old experiences. When you first encounter or first start doing something with somebody, it's always going to be great well, not great, but not always, but it's usually going to be great in the beginning. And then as y'all, you know, continue on your routine, it's going to get more and more mundane. That's why you add things to spice it up, right? That's why you got to add a little flavor. You know what I'm saying? Change up the scenery. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard this from a lot of married couples, but that also pertains to intimacy. When you first get with somebody, when you first marry somebody, when you first are intimate with somebody, the fireworks are going off and the adrenaline and the dopamine and everything is like on 12 because this is the first couple times that you're really being able to like be intimate with somebody. But as you move on and progress in y'all relationship, it may feel like things are starting to die down, and that's because y'all have got complacent, right? It's like folks that be saying, you know, you gave me that left side booty. Like, that's what they be giving. They be giving left side booty. That's why you gotta spice it up. You know what I'm saying? Every day is not bedroom. Sometimes do in the kitchen. Make sure you wipe the spray. Sometimes do in the car. Go to some other place. Go out of the country. Go to a cabin. Go to your mama's house and do it in the basement. Like, you gotta change it up sometimes, you know what I'm saying? To not get bored. And I think that like Rams is talking about how like the sex is not as good as it was in the when they got to the honeymoon. It's a little frustrating. But then to hear what Marissa say, bro, we've literally only not had sex, because Ramses was insinuating that they don't have as much sex as they did when they first got out the pods. Then Marissa's like, there's only been 3 times that I said I didn't want to have sex, and that was when I was like, didn't feel good. And he's like, oh yeah, but you know, I just don't want it to become a routine. Da, da, da. Are y'all that dangerously horny? Like, are y'all fiending for sex that much that like you can't not have sex 3 times? Y'all have been together for like 4 weeks. 3 times this girl says she ain't want to have sex and you mad? What's going to happen for the... And I'm so happy that Marissa brought this up, because this is... I know that whether women like to admit it or not, no matter how your man may present, I think a big fear that a lot of women have when it pertains to like men and like, or they're just their partners and cheating, so circle around pregnancy and illness. And I'm gonna tell you why. When you pregnant, like your body is changing, right? And your body's doing new things, and you're growing a baby inside of you. And if your husband is not disciplined enough to, or if your partner is not disciplined enough to wait for however long the baby is cooking, right? And you might have fears that they might step out. That's a big fear that women have. I know I have that fear. Also with illness, statistically, men are more likely to leave their wives when they get sick. And when I say ill, I mean like cancer or like some like life-threatening disorder or illness, right? We see Alex's mom talked about how her stepdad, or we saw Alex talk about how her stepdad left her mom as soon as she developed multiple sclerosis, versus Alex's dad and her stepmom stayed together, even though he is more like he has multiple sclerosis more than the mom presents. So I think like it's really scary for women when we have these big life changes, because as my man, as my partner, are you going to get tired of me? Are you going to get tired of waiting? Are you going to, you know, not want to be around when I'm sick? Like, and again, like, men, it's easier for them to just up and leave because that's just how society has created it, versus women, like, we usually stay down. Like, you know, you hear about the girls that stayed down for their man for 10 years in jail. Let me tell you something, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You go down to prison, you serving more than 90 days. I'm not her. I want to make that very clear. So be very, very careful with the decisions that you make. I'm not holding you down for no 5 years while you do your bid. I'm not doing it. I can't. It's not in me. I don't have that in me. You know what I'm saying? So if you want a shorty that's going to hold you down for your 5-year bid, please go find you one. Amarachi ain't her. So, yeah, but like, again, I think that like, it's very frustrating when like, you know, as a woman, you're going through these things that are not in your control, or like, you know, your body is changing and you have to constantly worry about like, Is my man gonna leave me? Is my partner gonna leave me? Is he gonna get sick and tired of waiting? Like, is he gonna want to cater to me? Is he gonna want to care for me? Da, da, da. And so hearing the Ramses and Marissa situation, it brings me to that. It's like, Ramses, you keep talking about your pleasure, your pleasure, your pleasure, your pleasure. You want to make sure sex is good for you, good for you, good for you, good for you. What about Marissa? Like, that girl literally just told you that she got a medical condition as to why she can't take birth control. She didn't want to have sex 3 times. And you already crying? No. No. And then on top of that, like, or in addition to that, like, going to another couple, Hannah and Nick. Now, when Hannah said Nick don't like dessert, ha! Said, girl, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, baby. I need you to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. You feel me? Do you feel me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? She said he's scared of the meow meow. He's scared of the meow meow. That is some childish stuff, though. That is some kid stuff. That is indicative of somebody who's still kind of learning. They learning how to be comfortable with themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many partners Nick has had to where, like, he may not be comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with the things that Hannah want to do. And that's very real. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that all areas of your life are satisfied, right? And if your dude ain't doing it, and if you scared to tell him, Hannah, if you scared to tell him he ain't doing what you want him to do, then you either need to be okay with him doing this for the rest of your lives, or you need to get on with it. That's my biggest advice to folks is, if you're with somebody and they're not able to meet your needs in all areas, right? Whether it's mental stimulation, or like if they're not able to, like, you know, tap into like your creative side that you love, and like those are non-negotiables for you, you need to decide if you're going to stick this out for the rest of y'all marriage and the rest of your life, or leave. But don't, like, I don't like when people, like, it's one thing to talk to like your girlfriends about a situation, like, hey girl, like, let me run this by you real quick, like, how you feel about this, da da da. But don't make it like always a topic of conversation every time it comes up. He ain't doing this, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing it. Well, did you tell him? You told him? Yeah. Did he change? He didn't change? No. You decided to stay? Yeah. So why are you still complaining? That's my thing. If you told your partner what you didn't like, and or how you weren't satisfied in some way, they acknowledged these things that you said to them, they didn't change, and you stayed, there's nothing I can say to you. There's nothing I can do for you. And Hannah, you're deciding to stay. So, I mean, I empathize with you, but it's like, sis, like, I don't know how to help you. But yeah, these people are dangerously horny. So, Godspeed to them, because I don't foresee myself, like, of course, like I said in my last video, sex is a part of, like, life, right? So folks be hunching. But to hunch every day for the rest of my life, it's not in me. So I don't think that that's even healthy for anybody. Like, y'all don't got other things to do. Y'all just, all y'all want to do is have sex. Like, y'all ain't got no hobbies, y'all ain't got no kids, y'all ain't got nothing to do. Like, damn, I hate to be y'all. The second thing I wanted to talk about was, and maybe I am reaching when I say this, because the more episodes, the more seasons that come out with Love is Blind, the less I think about the other seasons, except for like the really successful folks like Lauren and Cameron, Brett and Tiffany, right? Barnett and Amber, like the folks that are like, you know, the staple Love is Blind folks, or like this, like the big moments, you know what I'm saying? Like SK saying no to Raven, I remember that shit. Aaliyah and what's that boy name? I forgot his name, but the boy, the Nigerian boy that was talking crazy to Aaliyah, like, I remember those times. But I remember less and less about the things in between. So I may be wrong when I say this, but from my recollection, this is the meanest group of folks, cast and supporting cast, of a Love is Blind season, in my opinion. These folks are nasty. Like, they're so mean. And, like, I don't know. Like, again, every day I think about life. Every day I think about people and their personalities. And maybe it's the psychology major in me, but like, I realized that like there are so many diverse people in this world, and some people, whether I agree with it or not, are just nasty and mean-spirited people. And they don't look at it as if anything is wrong with them, which blows my mind, because how can you look in the mirror every day? How can you look at the people that you love? How can you hear the things that people say about you and you don't look intuitively? You don't do some introspective work, right? Like you just be like, oh, I'm like, nothing that anyone says about me is right. It's like these folks are nasty. Like they're just so mean. First of all, two couples I want to talk about. Back to Hannah and Nick. Nick is, again, talking about how he doesn't like the way that Hannah treats him, talks to him, which I agree. That girl talked to him crazy. I've been saying, these people talk to their couples crazy. They be talking crazy, and you're not going to talk to me crazy. It's not happening. It's not happening. That's not even a healthy relationship. Why do you feel like it's okay for you to talk down on your partner? Why do you feel that it's okay for you to be dismissive and just be, again, mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me, especially to somebody who you claim to love, who you claim to want to marry, who you claim to want to have children with. This is the type of relationship and this is the type of marriage and situation that you want to bring children into? I think not, but I digress. So they're having a conversation, Nick and Hannah, about how, Nick is, again, expressing how he doesn't like being talked to in a certain way. And Nick says, Nick says something to the effect of, I just want to be spoken to and treated as an equal. And Hannah says something to the effect of, I'll treat you as an equal when you do something that's deserving of you to be treated as an equal. The way my jaw dropped when she said that, I was like, this can't be real life. Hannah reminds me of a specific demographic of people who I can't stand. I cannot stand people who are mean to people who can't do anything for them. That's like one of the top reasons why I will never, ever, ever entertain you or be friends with you. Service workers, janitors, people, unhoused people, right? Service workers, janitors, homeless people, people that don't got as much money as you. I watch how you treat all these type of people. And if I even get an inkling, an inch of a feeling that you're mean or nasty to these type of, to people that, again, don't have as much money as you, can't help you and like give you a service and stuff like that, are not in the same position as you, we're done. We're done. Because that tells me everything I need to know about you, and you're not a good person. Hannah reminds me of people like that. Because what do you mean I'll give you respect when you show me you deserve respect? Huh? Now, yes, respect is earned, not given. But I also think that when I say that, everybody starts on an even playing field. If you continue, everyone starts on an even playing field in terms of respect, right? So everybody is going to get an even amount of respect. When I say that, I mean, hey, how you doing? You doing good? Boom, boom. Consideration, courtesy, things like that. If you respect me and keep respecting me, we go up. If you disrespect me, you go down. But you don't start at negative and go to 100. Everybody start at 0 and go up or down. Hannah got Nick starting at negative 100 and want him to go to 0. What type of relationship, what type of marriage, what type of foundation is that? Like, I don't know, that really hurt my spirit, it hurt my heart, because again, like, this boy keeps saying in different ways and to different people, I don't like the way she talks to me, I don't like the way she treats me. She treats me as if I'm nothing. She treats me as if she's better than me, she's smarter than me, and yes, she knows a lot of things. She's lived a long life. She's been out on her own since she was 18. And again, this is not to say that Nick doesn't have a lot of growing to do, because he does, right? He has a lot he needs to learn, a lot he needs to do, a lot he needs to, build in order to be an adequate husband, an adequate father. But dang, Hannah, like, you be trying to beat this boy down to the ground. beat him down to everybody too. Like, and it's throwing me because she knows she talking crazy to him, because she even said to Ashley, she was like, you know, I'm hard on him because I'm hard on myself. So you know you ain't shit, but you keep being ain't shit. Like, how do that make sense? Like, do Nick need to be married right now? No, he don't. Truthfully, Hannah, you don't even need to be married. You got a lot of growing to do yourself. But that's no way to talk to nobody. Like, that's just, y'all got to get that together. And going to my last couple and my last point, Tim need his teeth punched in. I told y'all a few weeks ago that Tim was full of shit. Maybe y'all believe me, maybe y'all damn. But that man, he's sassy. And he ain't shit. Because, first of all, let's go to the end and then go back to the beginning. This man gonna say, oh, there's nothing you could say to change my mind. And he talking about, you not the woman I want to marry. And if it's between me and you, I'm going to choose to say no. And Alex is like trying to talk to him, trying to communicate, trying to fight. He like, well, it's nothing you can say to change my mind. So you can say whatever you want to say. Like, or like, he would be talking. She would let him talk. Then she would try to say something. He would be like, can I say something? You going to let me talk? And she'd be like, go ahead. So am I going to be able to get my what? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You sassy. You sassy. You are sassy. You mad at the girl for taking a 1 hour nap? I know you would be furious at me. My naps are 4 hours minimum. Now, some people may say that's not a nap. I beg to differ. I do. But how you gonna be mad at her for taking a nap after coming home from work? You know, working in DC, bruh. You gotta deal with the train. You gotta deal with the traffic. You gotta deal with all the people in your face. Mixing and mingling, networking. The girl probably has to catch up from all the work she done missed from being in this experiment and out of work for what, 2-3 weeks? And you mad at her? Mind you, she spent the whole day with your parents already. But because they drove 10 hours and want to spend another day with her, she has to drop what she's doing. So would you have rather she fell asleep in their face? Or what you want her? Then she tried to talk to you. You talking about, I don't want to talk on the phone. Like, you a... Ooh, I almost said it. That's probably why she called you bitch. Ooh, I get it now. I get it now. Now I see why she called you out your name, because you are. You are that. You are a ch. You are a ch. Like, just nasty. Now, did I think Alex and Tim even work together? No. I think I put them on my I don't think they're going to work list. Did I? Let me see. I sure did. Episode 7, I said maybe. Maybe. Let's actually revisit this. I said hell no to Monica and Steven. They gone. Nick and Hannah. Maybe to Tim and Alex. Let's move them to hell no. Well, they already broke up. Garrett and Taylor, I put them under yes. Marissa and Ramses, yes. Tyler and Ashley, yes. Because Ashley gonna make it work. Even though that boy just did a bold-faced lie in her face talking about, well, have they ever met you? Or do they know what you look like? I don't think so. You're a fucking liar. Ooh, I hate liars. I hate liars. I don't know, y'all. This episode 11 also came out, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm about to go watch it right now. I just wanted to record this video. Yeah, y'all. This season, I need it to be over, and I need the reunion. I need to see the reunion. I do, because I want to know what's happening now. Like, I don't even care anymore about what's going to happen. I want to see what's good. I want to see what has happened. What has transpired after the year. Because, I don't even know if these couples, any of these, I don't even have faith in none of these couples. I don't know, y'all. I'm tired. Thank y'all for coming. Drop down in the comments how y'all feeling. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that post notification button. And tune in tomorrow when I drop the next episode. Recap for episode 11. And yeah, be blessed, bold, and beautiful.